Alright, so it's January 19th. It's a whopping 14 degrees out this evening. Here's my my next project. It was kind of my first project, actually. This is my grandfather's Minneapolis-Moline Model R. You have to apologize the noise. That's what's keeping it somewhat livable out here. 14 degrees out here in central Indiana right now. Anyhow, yeah, this is my grandfather's old tractor. I got it when I was in high school. Started having some oil pressure problems with it this summer. Haven't really run it much for the last couple years. So anyway, had it up here at the house and had Christmas lights on it because they got it up here. It's a good excuse to get up here so I can work on it. But yeah, it's a late Model R. It's one of the last years they made them. Whenever I see guys post pictures of, I just bought this R, what year is it, whatever, I always look for a few key things to determine if it's a late one or not. And there's a few things on these R's that are really actually kind of specific to the very late R's. Walk up here. One of the is this little bracket right here on the steering. On the very late R's, they were about the same time that the ZB was coming out. They added this little bracket right here that moves the steering shaft over and up a little bit, and there's also this little bracket here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but up in there, there's another little hole right here. The two bolts here on the steering bracket, these are the normally where they would have bolted on, down here and here, but with the late R's, they added these two brackets to move the steering shaft over and up. It didn't add a whole lot of height to it, but what it allowed them to do was they changed the seat bracket and went with this big plate here that bolts directly onto the rear end, that moves the seat back and up, as opposed to the 2 production years prior to this, they had a bracket that used the same holes, but it came up and went this way, and then there was a bar that came back, and the seat was still down considerably lower. So this moved the operator up, more of that ZB, UB kind of up out of the dirt position. And of course, a little modification that my grandfather made with the raised seat position. This is the original clutch handle, and it ends about right here. Well, if you're operating this thing, you have the seat here. That's kind of short. My grandfather was kind of a big guy. He didn't want to lean over to grab the clutch handle, so he had this extra added on. As far as I know, it was my grandfather added on, but they welded. It's welded the complete length of that handle. I don't know how much force Grandpa thought it was going to take to engage the clutch, but anyway, yeah. So this is what I'm going to be working on. I say that they had some oil pressure problems. So the nice thing about the R's and the Z's, take the side plate off. I can get into the crankcase, check out all the rod bearings. Yeah. So we'll see what we find when we get in there. Hopefully it doesn't take a whole lot of parts. We can just clean it up and clean the sludge out of it and get oil down to the pump, and I don't know, we'll see what we find. Anyway, that's it for now.